beside Bradley Square Mall or anytime at donledford.com where they say yes. School traffic still going on out there. Georgetown Road, of course, is busy as it always is this time of day. Over around Ocoee Middle School, still busy in that part of town as well. Just drive safe. If you notice any traffic concerns, hit us up. Call us on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix Line. Our number, 614-6499. You can also text us on the Sell with Darren text line. Darren Miller, eXp Realty, 614-6499 is that number as well. Well, as we promised a while ago, we have some very special guests in the studio with me. It's hard to believe it's been a year since we've talked about this, but I was going back looking at some history on our Facebook page this morning, and here they are again. We're going to talk about the Vietnam Veterans Golf Tournament that is coming up here very soon, the 30th annual golf tournament, by the way, and we're going to introduce our guest that's in the studio with me right now. We got Jimmy Dean, the president of the local Vietnam Veterans Chapter 596, I believe, and we've also got the vice president, Bruce Barnes, is with us, and then the secretary, Tim Green. All those gentlemen, plus we got one in waiting. We got a guest in waiting that we'll get to. Well, they've already got you up. We got the Brady Bunch screen there. You can go back to that, Gideon, if you want to. We're live on mixtv.tv. Jake Duas joins us as well. So good afternoon, gentlemen. How's everybody doing?
Doing real good.
It is hard to believe it's been a year, but we talked about this a year ago, and here we are. Now it's time for the 30th annual golf tournament. And, of course, it's to benefit veterans locally is what we're going to be doing.
Right.
And Bruce, if my memory serves me right, I believe you were the one that was the spokesperson primarily last year. We're going to start with you.
Yes.
We're going to start with you again, sir.
All right. It's, like you said, it is our 30th annual golf tournament. We're trying something a little bit different this year. We're trying to do some pre-registration.
Okay.
And on our flyer, we got Tim Green's phone number, which is 423-310-8017. So if you want to pre-register, it's not a prerequisite, but we're trying to get people to pre-register if they would.
Tell us a bit about your chapter there, Chapter 596.
We work a lot with homeless veterans. We help veterans with mortgages and electric bills. It just depends on a case-by-case situation. So it's something that's dear to our heart, and that's why we raise our monies.
Jimmy, it's good to see you again, sir.
Yes.
I'll let you get a little closer to that mic so we can hear you there as the president of local Chapter 596. Tell us a bit about what you want people to know about this golf tournament. What's important?
Well, the important part of this golf tournament is the proceeds go to help everyone in the McMahon, Bradley, Polk, Meigs County.
All veterans.
All veterans. And it don't have to be a disabled veteran or a Vietnam veteran. Veterans and their families is what we help. We pay light bills, we build ramps, or we go out and buy a ramp and put up to those that need it.
And that's something I bet you that is very much appreciated by our vets when you guys are able to come out and give them a little bit of a helping hand, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is. It's, you know, these guys out there are not as fortunate as we are that, you know, need stuff. Right. And they can't go through the VA and get it because they've not got enough health issues to do that.
Right.
Right.
Would we be surprised also to learn, and any of you gentlemen can chime in on this, how many homeless veterans we have in our area? Would we really be surprised to know that?
Yes.
And that break, when I say that, I just get this thing inside my chest that tightens up. That should never happen.
Right.
But we know it does, unfortunately. But would we be surprised to know about that?
Yes, you would. There are a handful that's there by choice. I mean, they just couldn't get back into civilian life.
Right.
And they just hit the street, and that's all they've known. And there's others that are struggling to try to make something of themselves and try to get a hand up. Not a hand out,
right,
but a hand up.
And I think you guys rally around them to try to make sure that they've got a support group there,
yes.
Right? Tim, let's go over to Tim. Tim Green joins us again, the secretary there. Tim, what would you like to share this afternoon?
Well, it's really important that it is for the veterans to help them. They've served our country. They've done what they committed to do. And so we need to back up and fill in where the VA sometimes, because of rules and regulations and situations, they can't help. Their hands are tied because of what their requirements. And so we're there to be able to help kind of fill in those spots where sometimes they can't get that benefit from the VA because of the regulations and the rules. And so we try to help in situations like that.
Let me ask a question here. It's because I know that you guys are part of the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 596.
Right.
There's other wars, are they available for, we're saying Vietnam veterans, but is it other wars available for some of the services you guys do?
Oh, yes, we don't differentiate.
And that's what I wanted to make sure we got out this afternoon. So, because we're saying this, Vietnam Veterans of America, we don't want people to think that it's just those folks.
Any honorably or discharged
individual
veteran,
is
whatever the service is, they just need to provide the DD 214,
right,
the discharge papers, and we can help them out.
Again, we're just kind of catching up with our friends here, Vietnam Veterans of America. This is Chapter 596 locally. We appreciate Jimmy and Tim and Bruce coming in to talk with us about the golf tournament. We've got someone that we're going to let join us as well, Jake Duas, a business person in our community that really is involved in a lot of community efforts that he does with his jambalaya and stuff like that. From time to time, we see him come in. But Jake, firsthand, you've been a part of this, supporting of this. You've been a participant, and kind of tell me from your perspective about this golf tournament and how important you think it is for people to be involved.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Come a little bit closer.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah.
And yes, so I've participated in this event every year since I moved here. And, you know, it's super important. Number one, it's our veterans. And this is a volunteer-led program. There's no payroll. None of these gentlemen are getting paid for any of this money that they raise. And it is specifically given directly to the benefit of a veteran, as they said. I mean, they make the dollar go further than you can imagine. And they help individuals with moving expenses, or a family member or wife, a widow wife from veteran needs help moving to another location. I mean, the impact is great. And as a member of the tournament, hey, it's fun, it's lighthearted, but it's also, you know, a bunch of veterans, and so you hear stories.
I bet you there's a lot of stories on that
golf
course.
There's stories. They tighten you up. You leave feeling better about yourself, you know. And we do. We want to have a great turnout. Last year, I think they had a record turnout, and let's carry that on even further this year. I mean, let's get there. Chatta Valley, it's now Flagstone on May 27th in the morning time, so you're done by the heat of the day. They got Big Tom's providing food. It's a great atmosphere. They run a tight ship. When you arrive, any volunteer work I've done with them, I've been impressed every time, because when I cook for them, I just show up with the food.
Right.
Everything else, they have a production line with everything that they do in the golf tournament is the exact same. So you just get to go there, let your hair down, have fun, bring the family, play the golf, spend the money. All of it's going to go into your community. You're going to impact people you see at the grocery store. You're going to impact people you see at church, and you will give them something that they have to look forward to.
All right, so that's a good testimony there, isn't it, guys?
Thank you.
Yeah, so again, we hope people will listen to what Jake is telling you. If you never listen to anything else Jake said, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, just giving him a hard time. But again, the Vietnam Veterans Golf Tournament, it's a select shot. So, Bruce, that makes things a little bit easier, doesn't it, on the select shot?
Oh, yeah, it certainly does. I mean, your buddy can just play like trash all day, and you can pick him up.
That's it. That would be a select shot for me.
Right.
Would be me trying to do something like
There
that.
you go.
And then they can pay a
Registration.
little extra and do mulligans and all that
Yes,
thing, right?
yes. Registration starts at 7:30 a.m. and tea time is at 8. And we hope to 8:30 right there. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, do we still have some of those host sponsors available? Do we still, are those sold
we
out?
can,
Or are they available?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if somebody's sitting here, maybe like Jake, that says, you know what, I would like to sponsor one of those hosts out there. What's the best way for them to reach out to get a host sponsorship?
They can call Tim's number on the flyer, or they can call my number, which is area code 423-667-7698.
All right, and if somebody needs that number again, if you'll reach out to us here at WCLE, we'll make sure we get that back to you. Again, so the Vietnam Veterans Golf Tournament Select Shot coming up is the 30th annual, by the way, just so you know the longevity of this. It's coming up Saturday, May the 27th, Flagstone Golf Course on Benton Pike. Registration 7:30. You can pre-register this time. This is something you're doing, or you can just show up and you'll do it that day.
That's right.
We're looking for $65 per person, 4-person teams. Again, select only. $10 $500 per mulligan, limit 2 per person, or Jake would have probably 18 of those if you didn't limit them to 2. But anyway, cash prizes are going to be rewarded. So not only is this a fundraiser, but it's going to be a way that these teams can maybe win a tournament and win a little cash too, right?
That's right.
So we got first place $500, second place $300, third place $200. But boy, I'm telling you what, the money, the cash prizes for the tournament is not the reason you should be involved in this. It should be just because you want to help veterans in our area and do different things. Also, other things: a $50 prize for the longest drive. I see that on the flyer. $50 prize for the closest to the pin. Jake, you ever won that one before?
I have not.
You have not, okay.
I'm the select shot that I get carried on the golf course.
I won that one time. In that particular tournament, I think I was the only one that hit the green.
Oh, my goodness.
I was 16 feet away from the hole.
So what you're saying, this is something for everybody. Then there's a $500 prize for a hole in one.
Yep.
So that's a great prize, too. It says lunch and drawings for door prizes after the tournament. Again, we need you to register. You can reach out to Tim Green. He's the secretary of the Vietnam Veterans Local Chapter 596, giving you his number again, 423-310-8017. Again, we are doing pre-registration this year. This is something that's a little bit different than what you guys have done in the past, but just trying to get a little bit more, I guess, of that legwork done on the front end, so you can enjoy more of the golf that day. Everyone is welcome to play. Doesn't matter if you're a veteran or if you're just a business owner. We just want you to get teams together and come out. Again, you're benefiting local veterans that live locally in the. You mentioned it a while ago, Tim. What counties are we going to be providing service to?
McMinn, Meigs,
Polk.
And Polk, okay.
Yeah.
So all of our really surrounding communities here in Bradley County is who this helps and benefits and those type things. If people want more information about the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 596, where should they do that? What's the process of doing that?
Go ahead and tell them about our website.
you tell
Let
them.
me tell them. All right, I'll tell you. We
Bruce,
do
like I
have a
said,
website.
You're the one that gets most of the spokesperson stuff.
Right. And do you know the actual website? Call in on it, or VVA.com, or do you find out the chapter number?
Tennessee.
That's great. The three of us know.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah,
We'll
we've got
find
somebody that works with that, so.
You got it. We'll find that, and we'll post that on here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I bet you Jake is looking it up, but he'll probably come up with it before we leave the interview. But again, go ahead, Jake.
So VVA.org.
Yep.
VVA.org. So Victor Alpha.org, and then it's Chapter 596.
Okay.
596. It's the local Cleveland chapter. They represent the 4 counties. They're here. They're making things happen for the people that get overlooked. Once again, these are our neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, these are our neighbors. So VVA.org, Chapter 596.
All right. Thanks, Jake, for looking that up there and letting us know about it. All right, so that's it, folks. It's coming up Saturday, May the 27th, Flagstone Golf Course. We want you to pre-register if you can. This is a 4-person team, select only, $10 per mulligan. If you want to do that, cash prizes for first, second, and third. Longest drive, a prize for that, closest to the pin, a prize for that, then also a $500 prize for a hole-in-one. Come hang out, enjoy conversation with veterans, and really know that you're helping to make a difference to those who made the ultimate sacrifice for us, those who are battling and still continue to battle for our freedom. And Jake, I'm going to let you have a quick word before we go back to the other side of the panel there. So what do you want to say?
I want to just tell you all, please take the time. Bring your family. Bring your friends. I do work with a lot of nonprofits, and this one is near and dear to my heart. It's kind of the first one I got involved with in Cleveland. And these ladies and gentlemen, I mean, they put so much effort in that you don't see. I mean, they cook food. They donate food. There's so many little ways that they impact so many individual lives that we just can't sum it up in one conversation.
Jake, it's great to see you again, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
All right, we're going to come back around. Tim, final word from you. Anything that you'd like to mention here that we haven't?
We'd love to have you out there. Enjoy it. It's supposed to be some decent weather, if you can trust it for 2 weeks. But anyway, look forward to having you all. Just call me and register, or be there.
All right. Jimmy, coming back to you for a final word.
Yes, the sponsorship, the $100 for sponsorship, sponsor a hole.
Yep.
That $100 covers one player that plays now.
Okay.
So I thought I might ought to throw that in.
Yes, thank you.
So when you pay the $100 sponsorship for the whole, that pays for one of those people.
One of those four
that's a part of your
players,
four.
right.
Okay. All right. So folks, that even makes that much better. You're going to get your whole sponsorship and one person's, I guess you would say, their fee,
Right.
to the green fees to be a part of that. So that is a great way to help out and get someone's fee paid there. All right. We're going to come back over to you, Bruce, for a final word.
One thing I'd like to make real plain.
Sure.
So we never ask our community for anything. We have fundraisers, and we work real hard at them to try to do as much good as we can. But the one thing I would like to ask, if you play golf, please come out and play in the tournament.
That's it. And just hang out with these guys. You'll enjoy the conversation. It'll be worth your time just to come and hang out. Golf is secondary on this day here. It's meeting these folks and being a part of this community and what they do to help benefit the veterans locally in those counties that we've been mentioning. All right, one more time, Vietnam Veterans Golf Tournament Select Shot, 30th Annual Golf Tournament's coming up. It's going to be on Saturday, May the 27th, Flagstone Golf Course. Please pre-register. Couldn't get that out there. Please pre-register if you can. You can call Tim Green at 423-310-8017, or you can just come that day. This is something for everyone. Guys, great to have you in. Good to see you. Let's don't make it a year before we see you again.
We'll do it.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us. Mix 104.1 WCLE.
Great deal.